Okay, welcome to this half-hour practice. Today's practice will be a little more energizing, a little more physically challenging, but factoring that in, there'll be an extended period for rest at the end of our class. So to begin, just find a comfortable seated position. Feel the spine lengthening, growing tall up out of the base. And the points of contact, the seat of your position, grounding and releasing into the floor. In your own way, just begin to connect with your breath, with the sensation and movement of breath. You might take a few deeper breaths here, releasing breaths. So option to take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. And just a couple more times using the breath in this way, breathing in, becoming fully aware of your body, and breathing out, releasing any tension that you may be holding. Bringing the lips to lightly touch. Breath flowing now in and out through the nose. And as best as you can, just keeping the steady flow of breath in and out through the nostrils throughout the practice. So starting our movement with seated cat-cow, bringing your hands to your lap, to your knees or thighs, breathing in, lifting the chest, lifting the chin. Breathing out, rounding the back, drawing the belly button toward the spine and curling, tucking the tailbone under. And breathing in and lifting up. Drawing shoulders together behind you, broadening through the chest, opening through the front of the throat, and breathing out, rounding. Take 3 more of these at your own pace. Feel free to explore some more unique or personalized movement. Last one. Coming back to a neutral spine, then inhaling, raising the arms out and up overhead, bring the palms to touch. And as you exhale, right hand down, left hand reaching over. So we're going to keep this dynamic, moving side to side, breathing in, coming to the center, breathing out over to the left hand down, right fingers reaching over. So just continuing with this movement, flowing with the breath. As you inhale and come to center, see if you can re-lengthen up through the torso, through the spine, before exhaling, keeping that length and arching to the side. So mobilizing through the spine to begin. One more time each side. Feel free to pause and hold for a couple of breaths for these last stretches each side. Inhale, come up to the center, interlace your fingers and bring them to the back of the head. Take a breath in, lift the chest up. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, wrap your forearms, elbows to the sides of your head. Drop your chin to your chest, round your upper back. And pause here for a few breaths. Inhale, lifting up, open the arms out. As you exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back, so making a fist. If you've been sitting with your legs crossed, just coming onto your knees here, we're going to take the knees wide. Inhale, press the knuckles, the fist toward the floor to open the chest. And as you exhale, come into your child's pose, bringing the forehead to or toward the floor. Start to lift the knuckles a little higher toward the ceiling. And then we're just going to rock a little bit side to side. So rocking across the forehead, drawing one shoulder back and up
through center and to the other side. One more time each side. And releasing hands to the lower back, forehead to the center, or center of the forehead to the mat. Release the hands, take them out in front, and inhale, come up onto hands and knees. Tucking your toes under. And just taking a little rock forward and back, pressing your bum back to your heels, toes tucked under. If you'd like, you can even lift your knees up to deepen into that stretch. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, option to lift the knees. Just repeat that a couple more times. Last time, option if you'd like to walk the hands in and come to balance on the toes. You can use your hands, fingertips on the floor beside you, bring them to the knees or bring the hands together in front of the chest. Lengthening through the spine. And then returning hands to the ground, walking them forward, maybe keeping the knees lifted. And then from here, lifting the hips up and back. Keeping a bend in the knees as you come to your downward facing dog. So if you need to, take your feet a little further back to widen your stance. Press your belly toward your thighs, lift your seat, lift your tailbone up toward the sky. Release your head down between the arms, top of the head toward the floor, spreading the fingers and really pressing down into the ground. From here, take your weight into your left foot. Press your left heel to the ground and bend your right knee deeply toward your belly. Keeping the toes on the ground. So just a single leg stretch through the back of that left leg. Changing sides, bend your left knee and drop your right heel toward the ground. Deep stretch through the back of the leg. Keep lifting your hips up, pressing your belly into that left thigh. And then just alternate a little more quickly, side to side. Walking your downward facing dog. And back to neutral. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, come high onto your toes. Exhale, sink the heels down toward the ground, belly to the thighs. Again, breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, sinking heels down. One more time, lifting up. Breathing out, sinking heels down. Now we're going to take the right leg, lengthen it up behind as you breathe in. Bend your right knee and drop your right heel over to the left buttocks. You're kind of rolling your hip open to the right. Take a deep breath in here, press into the hands, keep lifting tall through the seat. And then as you exhale, bring that right foot, step it between your hands and take your left knee down to the ground. Inhale, raising your arms up. High lunge, holding here for a couple of breaths. Just finding the right depth for you in your hips, the flexibility through your hips. Modify as you need to. Breathing in, reaching fingertips tall, and as you breathe out, take your left hand forward, your right hand back. You can tuck your left toes under if that's better for you. So option to stay here or to deepen if you like, bringing the right hand to the back of this left thigh, so to the left hamstring, and reaching up through your left fingers. Open your chest toward the front. And breathing in, raising both arms, and this time we'll twist the opposite way. So left hand back and right hand forward. So option to stay here or bring the left hand to the back of the left leg and the right fingers up, arching back. Next inhale, raise both of the arms. Exhale, both hands to the ground. Keep your left hand down, inhale, take your right fingers up. Exhale, just an option to reach that right hand back and maybe turn to look back to those right fingers, maybe even lifting that right left foot to come to your right hand. Holding here for a couple more breaths. If you can't reach back to grab that foot, and if that foot doesn't want to lift off the ground, that's totally fine. Just stay there, the foot on the ground and the right fingers reaching up. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand down to the ground. So now you're framing that right foot. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee, step it in a touch, drop the heel to the ground and work on straightening up this right leg. So now we've got this pyramid shape in our legs, pyramid pose. Inhale, bring the palms of your hands to that right shin. Extend the top of the head forward as you draw your shoulders back into a flat back. And just arrange your hips so they're even with each other. One's not shooting forward in front of the other. So right and left hip side by side. Then on your next exhale, fold over that right leg. You can bring your hands to the ground or up on your fingertips or maybe to the foot. Holding here, breathing deeply. Now start to walk your hands forward to the top edge of the mat. Bend your right knee a little bit and lift your left toes up. Extend your left leg straight back and maybe start to press a little more firmly into that right leg. Start to straighten up the right leg. If you feel the need to keep a bend in that knee, feel balance and stability, integrity here, then stay with that. On your next inhale, reach your right toes to the sky as you bring your forehead towards your right knee. And then exhale, release your left foot to the outside of your right foot. Shift so you've got an even weight between both of the feet. Bring the palms to the shins. Inhale, extend forward. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Deep breaths here. Now keeping quite a deep bend in the knees and a firm grounding through both of the feet. Flat back, inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach the hands tall. And as you exhale, bring your left hand down outside your left leg. Lean the right fingers over to the right, over to the left. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring the palms of the hands to touch. As you exhale, bring the hands together in front of the chest. Take your weight into your right foot. Bend into the knees. Bring your left leg up in front. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee, right thigh. Now bend into that right knee a little more deeply. Sit the bum down, coming into floating pigeon pose. So this left knee is pressing to the ground. If you want to come deeper, you can take your arms wide, spread your wings and fold forward toward the shin, or you might just stay here, torso upright. Wherever you are holding, if you're wobbling, that's okay. Each time that you're wobbling, you're strengthening all those little connective tissues, balancing muscles through the feet, ankles. Straighten up your right leg now, step your left leg back, high lunge, inhale, raise the arms, lift the chest. And exhale, bring that right shoulder down towards your right knee, reach your fingers back. Again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward and down one more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward and down. Hold here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands to the ground, framing that right foot. Step your right foot back, lift your hips up, back into downward facing dog. Bringing your big toes together, pause here for a couple of breaths, or if you need to, drop to your knees. Take child's pose, take some resting breaths. One last breath, downward facing dog, and then going through that same sequence on the left side. So left leg lifting up and back, bending your left knee, dropping your left heel over to the right buttock, lift the knee to the sky, deep breath in. And as you exhale, step the left foot between the hands, drop your right knee down to the ground. Inhale, raise the arms, lift the torso, come into low lunge, holding here. Option to have your right toes tucked under if you'd like. Deep breath in, and then exhale, twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Staying here, or option to take your left hand to the back of that right leg, to the hamstring, or maybe back to the ankle, depending on the depth that's available. Reaching your right fingers to the sky. Breathing. Inhale, left arm raising up, coming back to your low lunge, facing forward. And then exhale, twist opposite direction. So left hand forward, right hand back. Staying here, or taking the right hand back this time to hamstring, shin, maybe ankle, as the left fingers reach up to the sky. Maybe even follow those fingertips with your gaze, looking up, drawing the shoulders back.
Now inhale, come back up, both hands facing forward. Exhale, hands to the ground. Keep your right hand grounded. Inhale, reach your left fingers up. Exhale, settle in here. If you'd like, there's the option to reach those left fingers back, maybe even lift the right toes, and maybe they even come in contact with the left fingertips. Rolling the chest open. A couple more breaths here. One more deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring the left hand down to the ground outside your left foot. Coming into our pyramid pose here. So right toes tucked under, right knee lifts and then steps in, heel to the ground as you straighten up through your left leg. So when I say straighten up, just towards straight, that you don't have to have that leg dead straight. And if you do, you're probably going to strain your lower back or some other part of your body. Then work on finding balance through your hips, both hips facing forward, facing straight down. Inhale, come up, hands to the shins. Top of the head reaching forward, shoulders drawing back, belly in, and then exhale, fold. Release the forehead down toward the left shin and keep pulling back through that outer left hip, forward through your right hip, scissoring through the legs, deep breathing into the belly. Now walking the hands forward in front of that left foot, bending into your left knee and lifting your right toes up. Reach the right foot straight back. So gazing straight down between the hands, balancing here. And taking a deep breath in, lifting your right toes to the sky and dropping your nose towards your left shin. So squeezing in, and exhale, release your right foot down to the outside of your left. Press the inner arches of both feet into the ground, hands to the shins. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, fold over both of the knees. Feel free to deepen the bend there if you need to. So making sure you're firmly grounded and balanced through both of the feet as you inhale now, come all the way up to standing, reaching the arms out and up, palms to touch, and then exhale, right hand outside right leg, or alternately hand to the hip as you reach your left fingers over. Deep breath in, bringing both hands overhead to touch. Exhale, bringing the hands together in front of the chest. Now taking your weight into your left foot, lift your right knee forward and up. Send your knee out to the right, your ankle over to the left, and hook it right above that left knee. Bend your left knee forward as you sit your bum back and down, floating pigeon. Point your right toes forward so the foot's flexed. An option here to take the arms wide. Maybe fold the torso forward. Couple more breaths here. Coming back up, hands together, standing. Uncrossing this right leg, stepping it back to a high lunge. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bow the torso forward, left shoulder toward the inside of that left knee, fingers reaching back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, reaching back. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Keep firm through the feet and legs. Exhale, reaching back. Hold here. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the ground underneath the shoulders. Step that left foot back next to your right. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Holding here and breathing. One more deep breath in and out. Release the knees down to the floor. We're in tabletop. Bring the left hand underneath the chest. Inhale, take your right fingers up. And exhale, bring that right hand through. Bring the right shoulder to the ground. Twisting, and just adjust your left hand. It can be underneath your left shoulder or maybe extended further out in front. Just find somewhere that feels supportive and you can have balance through both sides of the body. Alternatively, you can bring the back of your left hand to your lower back and draw that left shoulder back, making it a bit more active. Now pressing the left hand down into the ground again. Inhale, take the right fingers up. Exhale, right hand down to the ground, twisting to the other side. Left hand up, breathing in. Left hand sweeping under and through. Resting on the outside of your left shoulder. Bring your right hand to wherever is comfortable. And just bring your attention to your hips. Try to have those centered. There's a tendency for them to kind of push over to one side. So feel there, see if you can orient your hips in space. Balanced and even. And returning the right hand underneath right shoulder. Press down, inhale, left fingers reaching up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Now sending the feet together to the right and sitting down. So now the left foot is inside the right thigh. Right foot is outside the right hip. Breathing in, take your arms up. And as you breathe out, bring your right hand down to the knee, left knee, and your left hand to the ground behind you. Take a breath in, lift the chest, lift through the top of the head. And then as you exhale, pull that left shoulder back, maybe even turn the head to the left. Twisting and breathing. Inhale, facing forward, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, release the hands down in front of you to the ground, then work your hands forward, or walk the hands forward. You have to fold over that left leg. Take 5 breaths here. From here, we're just going to shift up onto hands and knees again. Send the feet over to the left and sit back down. So now right foot inside the left thigh, left foot outside right hip. Inhale, raising the arms. Exhale, left hand to right leg and right hand to the floor behind. Take a deep breath in, lift tall. As you exhale, draw back through that right shoulder, maybe turn the head, holding here, 5 breaths. Facing forward, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, hands coming down to the ground, walk them forward, folding over the right leg. Releasing the head down. Walk the hands in, extend the legs out in front, feet to the ground, coming down onto your back. Just briefly bring the knees into the chest, press the lower back, tailbone into the floor, rock from side to side. And then take the knees wide, holding the shins or the hamstrings. Gentle stretch through hips and inner thighs, area of the groin. If you'd like, you can reach down to grab your feet, take happy baby. Last couple of breaths here. And then letting go of the legs, the feet. And you can bring the feet to the floor if you'd like and drop the knees in toward each other, or you can take the legs and extend them straight along the floor. Bring the hands down beside you as you find your final resting position, or Shavasana. And just using those 3 releasing breaths like we did at the start. After working the body, just to relax all those muscles. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And taking a couple more of those at your own pace. Exhales, facilitating a release of the weight of the body into the floor. Whole body relaxed. Eyes soft, jaw, mouth relaxed and soft. And all the limbs of the body heavy and releasing down. Body feeling grounded, supported, safe. Allowing awareness to float. Coming back to an awareness of your breath. As you feel the places where your body rests and touches the floor beneath. Deepening your breath and bringing some movement back to the body. Making the movement gradual. Taking a moment on the side. And bringing yourself up into a seated position. And we'll just close up with a few breaths together. So sitting in any way that's comfortable for you, and the spine can be long. Bringing the hands together in front of the chest. Releasing the chin slightly down. Dropping the shoulders down onto the back. Taking a deep breath in and out here. And then a really slow and deep breath in now, raising the arms up overhead. Separating the palms out, bending the elbows as you lift your chest and lift your chin. And then exhale, palms of the hands coming together in front. Again, inhale, lifting the arms up, lifting the chest, separating the arms, holding the breath in at the top for a count of 2. 1. Exhale, hands come back together. Long, deep breath in, synchronized with the movement. Holding 2, 1, exhale. Take 3 more of these on your own. So getting that breath as long and deep in as you can. Pausing and holding the breath for as long as you comfortably can at the top. It might be just for 2 counts. It might be for 8 counts. As you exhale, calmly, slowly bringing the hands back in together. Last 2 on your own. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You're feeling energized, a little more alert, and I'll see you next time.